He woke up every morning before the alarm rang, not because he was motivated, but because his mind never truly rested. As the first light entered the room, his eyes opened, and with them came the same old memories. Yesterday. Always yesterday. Mistakes replayed like a broken film, words he wished he had never said, chances he never took, moments where fear won over courage. His body was in the present, but his heart was trapped somewhere far behind. His life looked normal from the outside. He went to work, smiled when needed, replied with short answers, and followed the routine expected of him. But inside, there was a constant heaviness. Every step forward felt forced. Every success felt undeserved. He believed that one wrong decision from the past had defined him forever. No matter how hard he tried to move on, the weight of regret pulled him back. Sometimes, while walking alone, he would stop and stare at people around him. They laughed freely, talked about dreams, made plans for the future. He wondered how they did it so easily. How could they walk forward without looking back every second? For him, the past was like a shadow that followed everywhere. Even in moments of silence, his mind spoke loudly, reminding him of who he used to be and what he had lost. At work, opportunities came, but he hesitated. His inner voice whispered, "You already failed once. What if you fail again?" So he stayed quiet. He chose safety over growth. Over time, others moved ahead while he stayed in the same place, watching life happen from a distance. Each missed chance added another layer of regret, strengthening the belief that he was not good enough. At night, when the world slowed down, the pain grew louder. He lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, questioning everything. If only I had done things differently, he thought. If only I had spoken up. If only I had tried one more time. These thoughts felt endless. They drained his energy, his confidence, and his hope. Slowly, he began to believe that happiness was something meant for others, not for him. Relationships also suffered. Friends noticed he was present but distant. Conversations felt shallow because his mind was never fully there. When someone asked about his dreams, he changed the topic. Dreams felt dangerous. They reminded him of failure. It was easier to say nothing than to explain the fear of repeating the past. One evening, after a long and exhausting day, he sat alone on a park bench. The sky was painted with soft colors as the sun set, but he barely noticed. His phone buzzed with notifications he did not open. Instead, he sat still, feeling tired in a way that sleep could not fix. That was when the truth hit him quietly but deeply. He was alive, but he was not living. Tears filled his eyes, not from one big pain, but from years of silent suffering. He realized how much time he had lost by holding on to what could no longer be changed. The past had become a prison, and he was both the prisoner and the guard. No one else was holding him back. He was doing it to himself. For the first time, he asked a different question. Not, "Why did this happen?" but, "How long will I let this control me?" The question scared him because it came with responsibility. Letting go meant facing fear. The next morning felt different, not because the world had changed, but because something inside him had shifted. The memories were still there when he opened his eyes, but they no longer felt as heavy as before. For the first time, he did not push them away or fight them. He simply acknowledged them and let them exist. He realized that denying the past had never helped him heal. Accepting it might. As he got ready for the day, he noticed small things he usually ignored. The sound of birds outside his window. The warmth of sunlight on his face. The quiet rhythm of his own breathing. These moments had always been there, but he had been too busy living in yesterday to notice today. Standing there, he understood something simple yet powerful. Life was happening right now, not in his memories. Throughout the day, his mind tried to return to old habits. Doubt appeared. Fear whispered again. But this time, he responded differently. Instead of listening blindly, he paused. He reminded himself that mistakes were proof that he had tried, not evidence that he was weak. The past was a teacher, not a judge. It could offer lessons, but it no longer deserved control. Later, he found himself in a familiar situation where he would usually stay silent. His heart raced. His hands felt cold. The old version of him would have stepped back. But now, he took a breath and spoke. His voice was not perfect. His words were not flawless. But they were real. And in that moment, he felt something he had not felt in a long time. Courage. That small action changed nothing and everything at the same time. The world did not suddenly applaud him. Life did not become easy overnight. But inside, a wall had cracked. He saw that progress did not require giant leaps. It only required one honest step forward. And then another. In the days that followed, he began to treat himself with kindness. When painful memories returned, he no longer punished himself. He reminded himself that the person he was then did the best they could with what they knew at the time. Growth had changed him. Awareness had shaped him. Holding on to guilt was no longer useful. Learning from it was. Slowly, his energy returned. He started reconnecting with people, listening more, smiling without forcing it. Conversations felt lighter because his mind was present. When asked about his future, he did not feel fear the way he used to. He spoke carefully, honestly, without pressure. He understood that dreams were not promises of success, but invitations to try. One quiet evening, he returned to the same park where he once felt empty. This time, he noticed the colors of the sky, the laughter of children, the movement of life around him. He realized that nothing external had changed. The park was the same. The world was the same. The difference was him. He was finally standing where his feet were. He understood now that letting go of yesterday did not mean forgetting it. It meant refusing to live there. The past could not be edited, but the present could be chosen. Every moment offered a decision. Stay trapped in regret or step forward with hope. And hope, he learned, was not the belief that everything would be perfect.